With my background, I'm certainly no expert in arts, but I do believe in the importance of arts and culture and the diversity that Arts Commons brings to the Calgary community.
What we know about great cities, about the places that people are attracted to and have appeal and they want to visit and they want to be a part of, is that they have a really strong center.
You know, we do have a big vacancy issue in the downtown core, and from our projections, based on the study we did 2 or 3 years ago, we're looking at about a 10 to 15 year horizon for us to come back to kind of a normal rate of vacancy. And so in the meantime, I think as a city, we have a responsibility to invest in the vibrancy of the downtown core. And of course, Arts Commons would be a key asset in that.
That center is amenities. That might be a business center. It might be lots of density where people live. But more importantly, it is a place that is vibrant, that makes you feel connected to wherever the place is that you are, that is reflective of your identity as a city and who we are as citizens.
I think Arts Commons is one of the key pieces of the puzzle to adding vibrancy to our city. You know, it really resonates with the community. You see all types of different kinds of people that come out to different shows, and that's what's really truly great about Arts Commons.
You know, music for me transcends, and the arts transcend sexuality and religion and politics and belief system and age and ability and all those things, and it becomes common, and that's how community forms too.
It's so incredibly important to be here because there's space here to be seen and to have that dialogue and have that conversation that I think isn't here all the time. It isn't anywhere all the time. And I think Arts Commons provides a lot of opportunities to start that dialogue and start that conversation.
It's a safe space. A place like this is a safe space for young artists to be.
Being in Arts Commons, especially in the Lightbox Gallery, really motivates me to create more work as I see people engaging with the work and interacting with the work.
If there's anything the arts is great at, it's empathy.
We're all learning about each other, and through learning about each other, we can learn about ourselves. And I think as we get to understand each other better, we come together as a community better.
We just sang with Bobby McFerrin in his circle singing concert. It was the most incredible night of my life.
Came to see Bobby McFerrin, but mostly to support my buddy here who is a backup singer today. It really got the crowd involved, and I thought that I didn't expect that to happen at all, so that really made me feel included.
As a kind of major producer and facilitator and curator of arts in our community, Arts Commons has a great role to play in making sure that we are uplifting all the different voices that are within that diverse community, those diverse experiences and differences.
The reason why Youth Empowerment Program was conceived is because Arts Commons came forward and say, hey, Filipino community, what can we do for you? So they paved the way for us to come together and say, hey, why don't we do something about our heritage, our culture, for the youth? So every year we do the Fiesta Filipino. Fiesta Filipino is the biggest and the first Asian festival in Alberta.
Arts Commons is over 30 years old, and it's served Calgarians well, but when it was built, it was a city that's about half the size. And in order to serve the community that Calgary's grown into, we simply need more space and more venues in order to actually reach, meet the expectations that the community has.
If you invest in the arts, you're investing in the people in your community, you're making them stronger, you're making them more vibrant, and you're giving them the opportunities to have conversations that would be so lacking if you decided to take that dollar and put it somewhere else. So in terms of my kids, the teenagers that I take, the opportunities for us to have these opportunities down here and come down to Arts Commons and do things like National Geographic Live are only making their lives better. And this is the generation that's going to come up and look at some of these new innovations and some of these new issues that we have to be able to deal with. This is the group that's going to do it, and this just makes them stronger for it.
It's so important now. We're turning away many events a year, and that's disappointing to the community at large, and it's disappointing to our artists, and we can do better.
From an economic perspective, when we find ourselves in a trough, costs tend to be lower. Labor is more readily available, supplies are more readily on hand. So if it's about job creation, if it's about creating opportunity, and it's about starting possibility to long-term opportunities, then it's absolutely in the trough that we want to do it, right? That's what economics theory teaches us and tells us.
A central cultural hub such as Arts Commons says to everyone that Calgary is committed to the cultural industry. Without being in Arts Commons, I can honestly say that Theatre Calgary would not be where it is today. A respected theatre company known internationally for the quality of work that we do.
This is where you will see some great work. It isn't about having to go to New York or Toronto or Vancouver or London. We can see some of the very best there is to see right here at Arts Commons.
That tells me that Arts Commons is a relevant piece of our community and an important piece of the community, and I just implore our councillors, our citizens, our business leaders to speak up now and help get this project across the goal line.
I fully support it. It's long overdue.